basically, I'm going to show you guys a couple of things that you can use to kind of like get Chat GPT not only to help you a lot more, but like stop doing all the bullshit that maybe you don't want it to do, right? Because one of the issues I think people have with Chat GPT is that without giving it memory and without giving it more information, you kind of have just the same Chat GPT as everybody else instead of your Chat GPT, right? So with that said, one of the first things that we're going to do, and I'm going to post this in here, but I'm going to show you how to do it. On the top right here, you're going to see an icon, and then you're going to see customize Chat GPT right here. So it's going to have some thought starters and custom instructions on here. I can zoom in maybe a little bit. Let me see. I don't know if this will zoom.
There we go. We can see that a lot better.
There we go. Much bigger. Let me get my big head out of the way. 1 second.
Like your dad.
It's good enough. We can read it. What'd you say?
A pow.
I got a lot of brains. I've never been bothered by my big head.
Exactly. So this is what would you like Chat GPT to know about you to provide better responses. So this is very important. I think it's more important than the second step that we're going to go after. This is you giving it basically your bio, right? Like you want to give it some information about yourself so then it knows how best to help you. It's basically like, say you're hiring an employee, and as you're hiring the employee, you want them to know they're going to have to go through an onboarding process. Would they not? Right? It's like you have this business you've been running. You just hired somebody, they're coming in. You're not just going to drop them in there and say, get started, right? You're going to be like, no, this is the projects we're working on. This is what we've done so far. And maybe they already know those types of things, but it benefits them so much to know those elements of the business. So then they're not spending so much time like trying to figure out where they fit in. I believe that GPT is the same. So with the custom instructions, and by the way, once again, click up here and then customize Chat GPT to get there. So these are some thought starters. Where are you based? What do you do for work? What are your hobbies? What subjects can you talk about for hours? And what are some goals that you have? So I said, I'm a digital marketer who has an interest in film and Unreal Engine and Stable Diffusion and AI. I'm based out of Irvine, California, but soon to move to Temecula. So I'm even giving it like information about what I plan on doing, right? My goal is to be a storyteller in video games and movies using AI and Unreal Engine tools, and eventually to build a studio for motion capture out of it to tell stories. I gave it my birthday. I was born. Now you guys know my birthday. I grew up in Billings, Montana. I married the love of my life, Hannah, since we've been married since 2004. Gave him Hannah's birthday. I have 2 corgis named Milo Boy and Rue Girl. Didn't give their ages. I didn't think it was important. But I could talk about film and video games for hours, storytelling and books too. I love horror and cosmic stories. So this is enough of it for now, because you only have you have 1,500 words, you guys. That's only 650. Like you could really go crazy on this if you wanted to. And I don't think it would hurt you to add more into here, right? I just wanted to say the basis I recommend is giving it a little bit of information about where you're located, a little bit of information about what you do for a living and what you'd like to be doing for a living, or what you'd like to be using it for, right?
Matt,
and then give it some of your interests.
Matt, I'm learning. I didn't know anything about what you're just sharing here, so thank you.
I think most people don't, but that's the thing, is that Chat GPT isn't, they don't have like, when you go to it, there's not like a little bubble that shows up that goes, brand new feature, check this out. That'd be great, but that's why you got Matt here, right? That's why you're in the Imaginators. So I recommend adding all this stuff into there. And if you have different goals or multiple goals, or maybe you want to do certain things, like I was thinking of another thing that I'm going to add into here, which will be a YouTube video that I'm going to do. I built this whole entire thing that you guys are going to see to do it, but I'm doing a video where Chat GPT is going to teach me how to cook, like a certain amount of things, right? And this is going to be a YouTube video that's going to come out. But as you see that, I would put in here, listen, one of the things I want to use Chat GPT for is to learn how to cook, right? So I would add that somewhere in here, so then it has that basis. And then I would maybe add some of the things I want to cook, right? Like I love spicy dishes. I like things that are, I like a lot of Asian dishes. I like a lot of Hispanic dishes and stuff like that. So I'd add that in there. So then maybe when I asked it, hey, here's a recipe I want to cook on stream, or I want to record a video, throw some recipes at me. Now it kind of would know, okay, Matt likes these things. So I'm going to avoid all the vegan stuff. I'm going to avoid all the stuff that maybe Matt's not as interested in, right? There's some good vegan food out there, not to bash the vegans, but I just would prefer it to have some chicken in it or something. But anyway, the second step of this is how you'd like to get out of here, Grammarly. The next step is how would you like Chat GPT to respond to you? Now, for me, not everybody's going to be like this, but for me, I told it, you don't need to be formal. You can be relaxed in your speaking. Like, get rid of any of your formal language. I don't need it to be proper. Like, I would rather, what's that one? There's this meme where it's like, some words, you could say some words means many or something, and it's like as minimal amount of words as possible to say something. And it's, I would prefer it to be that way, like be short, not
Be
long,
brief.
because I'm already brief. Thanks, Craig. Yeah, be brief, unlike me. So how would you like Chat GPT to respond? I don't want it to be formal. It doesn't need to reference how it's an AI language model. I already know that. And I said, and you can pick any name you'd like for me to call you outside of Chat GPT if you want. So I'm even giving it the option to go, hey, if you don't want me to call you Chat GPT, I won't, right? You can have an opinion on topics and be honest with me. Not everybody's going to want it to be honest. Yeah. So when I add campaigns into here, you guys, or I ask it marketing campaigns, it will basically tell me now that I'm going down a rabbit hole that it doesn't think is going to serve the end mission of what I want. It's like, listen, Matt, you're going a little far. You don't really need to be going that route with it. So yeah, you could say, should GPT have an opinion on topics or remain neutral? Maybe you just want to use it as like a bouncing off board for your own ideas. You don't want it to pitch ideas, right? I like to think of it as like my best sidekick, right? It's like I'm Batman and it's Robin, right? It's like basically there to facilitate me doing what I need to do. So I gave it all this stuff, and then the first thing that I did after the memory, I added all the memory stuff, and once again, you find it up here, customize Chat GPT, is I went into a chat and I went, here, we're going to do a new one. Your name. So that's the first thing I asked it, is I said, what's your name, right? Because I told it in the instructions that I didn't want to call it Chat GPT, I wanted it to name itself. It said Nova, right? Now I'm interested because you guys are going to try your own and maybe something else will come up, right? I have never said Nova nor gave it the name Nova, right? It picked that itself. Now I wiped its memory after I did this and then tried it again. And it still said Nova. I put it in another person's thing and tried it and it didn't say Nova. It came up with a different name. So I have no idea how it knows specifically that it's Nova, but mine does. So now when I talk to it, or even when I'm talking to it in voice, I don't call it ChatGPT. I call it Nova. When I thank it, or when it helps me write the email campaigns that I'm going to show you guys in a second, I thank Nova. I don't thank ChatGPT because it's not ChatGPT. It's Nova. It's helping me out, right? So the next step that I did, and this is a feature that like a lot of you don't use enough, I'm sure, is brainstorming with Chat GPT. Like you really, once it has all that information, you can then take it and have it help you get to the same goals. Because also when you turn memory on, it's going to remember certain chats that you've had with it if you want it to, right? So if I've had marketing chats about building my dad's YouTube channel or my own, or like the businesses or stuff that we've had or currently have, it remembers me having those conversations from now on. So when I reach out to ask it about how is that working, my dad's book, it's already read my dad's book and it knows exactly what that book is. So I don't have to keep giving it. And as you can see here, memory updated, right? This is the moment where it managed the memory, and I can go in here and look through all the memory that it has.
Some of your picture is blocking what you're sharing, Matt. I don't know if you can maybe reduce the background. Okay.
I'm gonna fix it. Thanks, Craig. Me. slide myself over a little bit, or I could just fix the browser there. There we go.
That's better. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, it updates your memory. And what's interesting about this is if you click manage memory, it will actually open up. Now, I didn't pre-check this, so I'm not going to click this because maybe I have memory in there I don't want you guys to see, right? But you can manage your memory here and see all the memories that it has saved. So when I went through, I said, I'm making an email campaign where I'm giving away a free copy of a book called How Is That Working? A Roadmap From Rat Race to Freedom by Robert Hollis. I've already built the capture page for it, and you can check it out here. I gave it the link to the capture page, right? Do you have any recommendations? I also, because I asked, I want its opinion, right? I also want a back-end email campaign that will lead to sharing another business with them. Can you guys guess what that business is? I reviewed your capture page, and it looks well-structured. Here's a few recommendations. Now, see, these are recommendations that I could go for. I know this capture page is going to work by my own experience. So the front end stuff, I'm really not going to follow. The back end stuff was good. Obviously these are things like, say, maybe you just got MailChimp. You just made your own list for the first time. You have no idea about email marketing, right? Now you don't have to go through a course. Just have Chat GPT write your emails. Like that's as easy as it is, right? It's writing all of my emails and I'm just tweaking them. So you'll see here, it says, here's a structure backend. Welcome email. Thank them for their interest. Provide a download link. Briefly introduce yourself and your mission. Follow up email, day 2 or 3. Check if they received, started reading the book. Highlight key insights from the book. Encourage them to reply with questions. And this just goes on and on, right? Because I said I wanted an email campaign that was 21 days. So that is what it gave me. It gave me 21 days of ideas, but it didn't give me 21 days of emails, right? Here's some content tips. Storytelling, make emails clear, call to actions. This is something that I'm trying to get better at myself. The call to action part is like a huge part of being a successful YouTuber and content creator. Like the better you are at having a call to action for them to do something. And I've said this even in the other videos, like if you want people to watch your channel, like it's a TV channel, then at the end of your videos, you should be recommending another video for them to watch instead of doing the like, comment, and subscribe thing that everybody else does, right? Not to say that you shouldn't say that, but you should definitely be like, if you really liked this video, I think you'll like this video right here, and you can even link it, right? So then you're not only telling them, hey, here's more content because they've just watched your video, but you can chain together a set of videos that actually shows your watch time and engagement to YouTube so much that any person that watches that first video, it'll just be your videos recommended in the sidebar because it's already going, oh, everyone that watched this video watched that next one. So they need to be, it's very valuable. It's something I'm actively trying to work on doing with what we're doing on top of the back end email stuff. So look, it says, would you like help crafting specific emails? I say yes. So then it starts writing the emails. Here's the subject. Welcome. Here's your free copy. Now that's the whole thing. I just have to put the download link there. You can see it wrote a really quick email. I click copy code and then it's just a copy and paste for me, right? Follow up email 1. It's got the subject there. 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to go over all of these. We'll be brief. And then I uploaded the book again. This was the first time that I did it, actually. But I said, here's the book itself. Can you add insights into the emails from the book with page numbers for them to reference? Very powerful tool. Imagine hiring somebody to just do this part. It took it seconds, you guys. And this book, it blew through it like in seconds and spit all this out. Let me integrate some insights from the book into the emails. So now when I scroll down, it's going to say, one of my favorite insights from the book is on page 30, where Robert Hollis shares how adversity can open doors. So then I read this email and I go, oh no, man. I would have to change where Robert Hollis, this is coming from Robert Hollis. So why would he talk about himself? It's not like Donald Trump or someone that's talking about themselves in third person, right? He's the one sending the email. So in this case, it should say, hey, here's something from my book, right? So I go through, read all the emails. I'm like, these are pretty good. But then we get to, a point in the emails where I basically say, change these. But before I got to that point, I said, the business opportunity that I need to share in these emails is this one. I give Chat GPT or Nova the dream trips link, my dad's dream trips link. And then I said, any information you can add through the email about this with this affiliate link. So I gave it also the same link saying specifically, that's an affiliate link I want you to put in the email. So now it's going to go through and rewrite these emails with some of that stuff. I stopped it because I reminded myself, sorry, I forgot to mention that they come from Robert directly, right? So it started spitting out 2 or 3 emails and I went, oh shit, I made a mistake. So I stopped it, made a response, it rewrote them, and now you'll see it's referencing my dad, wishing you great success, Robert Hollis. One of my favorite insights is from page 30 where I share. So now it's where I share. Didn't even have to rewrite the emails. I was so fucking lazy that I just asked GPT to do it. I could have just copy and pasted it and replaced Robert Hollis with but I was too lazy to even do that. So it goes to show, right?
I would have definitely went through every email and changed Robert Hollis to I would have never thought
and
of
you know
that.
what I would have done I was lazier before I had Chat GPT. I would have just put it into a Google Doc and then did replace all and did it. I wouldn't even have had copy pasted, right? So we're going to scroll down here. Is everybody getting value from this? And I'm just showing you could use this for anything, right? If you put your memory in there and then start a chat with it and go, here's what I want to accomplish. How would I accomplish it? It's going to spit out a bunch of ideas and opinions of how you can accomplish what you want. Then refine that down. Continue to ask it. This is what I want. This is what I want. If you wanted to write a book, give it a couple of books that you love that are similar to what you want to make. It will help you refine it into that process of writing a book similar. It's that easy, right? And with the memory thing, now you don't even have to worry about leaving this chat and going to another one or talking about something else, like making a logo for it or whatever it may be, because it can make you logos and do all that stuff too, right? It can make you copy for a website, believe it or not. It could make you code for a website, believe it or not. Don't have to go that far, but it could. So anyways, you're going to see here, follow-up email 3. This is actually email 4, but an exciting opportunity for you. I'm thrilled to share something special with you today. And how is that working? I talk about the importance of finding the right opportunities. On page 25, I discovered a business that aligns perfectly with these principles and can help you achieve the financial freedom you're seeking. It's called Dream Trips International, and it offers amazing travel experiences at unbeatable prices. You can learn more about it here. Then, of course, it put the affiliate link in there. Why? Because I told it to, right? Like I said, I'm lazy. I don't want to put it in there myself. I want it to do it. I'll share more details in the next emails coming soon. So then it, believe it or not, goes through answering questions and concerns even. Because another thing that I did on another chat with it that I has memory of is Dream Trips. I took Dream Trips' whole PDF of getting started that they have on their website, and I gave it to GPT. And I said, here's the whole opportunity. What could we add in here? What would be the best route to go about it? And so you can see here, as promised, here are some details about the business opportunity I mentioned. And it gives links, right? If I wanted it to have specific videos in there, of course I could just add them in there myself when I'm putting the email, copy pasting the emails, or I could have GPT put it in there. I could give it whole YouTube videos that are trainings and say, take the 3 best bullet points from this video that Robert did and put it in this email, right? If you guys don't know what to say on Facebook when you're reaching out to people, start a chat with Chat GPT. Say, this is my goal that I'm having with conversing with this person. And I'm going to give you every chat that they send to me. And I want you to write the responses that will work towards this goal or this mission. Now, I'm giving you that as an example, not saying that that's what you should do. I don't recommend doing that. I recommend learning how to speak to people yourself because, you can't jump every single one of these hurdles with Chat GPT. You're going to have to figure out some of it yourself. But I gave you those examples where I've said in the past, like AI is taking away all of our excuses for why we're not doing shit, why we're not following through. Like if you wanted to start a business right now and do all of this stuff, I just showed you how you could do that, right? With anything really you want. And you could give it PDFs. You could give it any type of business. You could have it help you write PDFs, right? There's a couple of people that are really big in the network marketing space. that are good online. Like say Eric Worre or Ray Higdon or John and Nadia Melton, right? These people have websites, they have YouTube videos, they have all this stuff. I've given the websites, the PDFs, the emails that I get from them for free through GPT to restructure it in my own way and make it for myself, or to figure out what they're doing or how they're doing it. I'm implementing GPT in every part now of my work process because I've realized how incredibly strong it can be at refining the information that I need and getting rid of all of the busy work of having to do research, having to do all this shit that it just, most of us would give up at this process. And I can tell you, we've had people give us $5,000 that have given up in this email writing process. I made videos explaining how to do copywriting and how to write emails like this, and they gave up at this spot. So then it was like, they wouldn't have now. They wouldn't have given up. They would have had that element.
There were people that paid us like not only $5,000 but more money that we couldn't even get them to actually take the time to write down their perfect day and send it to us.
Right.
It's like,
and now you could talk your perfect day out with Chat GPT.
And the other one, it was, okay, so how are you going to service the world? You know what I mean? So if you got to find a need and fill it. What is going to be your service to mankind? The way to greatness is the service of many. We would never get anybody to do that. Then the next thing is something that Matt and I have dealt with our whole entire career, is that, you know, again, this is Imaginators, a lack of people's imagination. We've had people hire us to build websites for them. And all we ask them for is, what's their mission statement? What are they trying to create in the world? And to give us some content to put on their website, and nothing. It's just,
yeah, then you go to
95% of the people are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you ask them, what's their avatar? Who is the person that you're trying to help? I don't know. So
you guys should do all of that with ChatGPT now. Give it memory on who you are and what you want to accomplish and what you want to do. And your next step should have that you should have that conversation with GPT. Have it sit there like a therapist or a business coach and help you refine what it is you want and what it is you want to target and what it is you want to be doing. If you do this, like, honestly, I know a majority of people won't. Like, that's just the truth. People won't. But if you do it, not only will you have more of a clear vision of what you want, but if you think, I can't do this because I can't do it by myself, if you think you're going to ever get anyone to help you without this part of the process, you're wrong. You're not going to inspire anybody to follow you, to help you, to support you, to care about you, if you don't even know what it is you're doing. Like, that's just the truth of it. So I've experienced that myself. It's an unfortunate lesson that I think a few of us here have learned, but it's something that hopefully I can help you skip over, right? So with that said, we're going to go over the last part of this, and then we'll open it up to Q&A. If you guys do have any questions you want to ask me about this, or Dad, or anything that you want to share. So yeah, I have a spot in here to schedule a consultation because as part of this funnel is Zoom meetings. I don't have a problem doing Zoom meetings. I know my dad doesn't. We have a couple other people that don't. So this doesn't have to be part of every person's process, but if you saw my whiteboard over here, you'd realize that this is already something I'm going to try to figure out how to skip over and get them to sign up in MDC without ever talking to them. I think I can do it through emails and a good presentation, only because and you know what? I'm not going to get everybody, and I'm still going to meet them on a Zoom if they go through that presentation. This does not mean, it just means I'm qualifying them more, right? Because sometimes we've all gotten on calls or Zooms with people that were like, I don't remember what I signed up for. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, you booked the call. What are you talking about? And they don't remember. And it's like, so this is another step. If they've watched a presentation and they've done that step, then I know, okay, they're more qualified to be talking to me now. Maybe they're just excited and they need to where do I get started, right? So yeah, that's the case. So I said, dude, these are awesome. I'm glad. I said, thanks again, Nova, you know. Then I was building the whole email campaign out, an active campaign. And I was looking at it and I was going, these emails are kind of short, right? And I just didn't I felt like they should be longer. So I came back and I said, hey, Nova, can you make these emails a little longer? And it did, right? It added even more things. In chapter 2, a formula for driving far and fast, you'll learn the importance of, so you can see how much more it kind of just added on from the book, how much more it added on down here from Dream Trips. Here's a glimpse of what it offers. You can learn more on the affiliate link, blah, 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 right? And so if you guys wanted to know like where we're going with this, and I will share more. That's why I said I'm making content, but I'm going to share it when it works, right? So I'm recording this whole process and I'm working through the whole process, but I don't want to share the process until it's running and I can go, hey guys, look at the actual numbers of it afterwards. It's just the way that I work, right? So the goal is to have an irresistible offer, a free gift, surprise, right? And this is just going to be an entrance part to the funnel. It's going to be my dad's book. Currently, we might go a little bit further with it, right? Then the moment they get into that funnel is when we start, dripping some testimonials on them in emails, retargeting them with YouTube ads and things like that. So this is all going to get complicated shit if I keep going about it, and I might share more for the people that are interested. But man, you do not want to talk to me about this stuff if you're not actually interested in doing it, if you're not passionate about it. Because the truth is the moment I start going, here's how you set up the emails or here's the videos to watch, and you don't watch them, then I'm done. I'm done with that. You know what I mean? Because it's just the truth. You have to take the steps for yourself at some point. For me to coach you further if this is something you want to be doing for yourself, building out a funnel or doing any of that stuff. We've been very open about, hey, here's what we're doing. You can make your own path. Here's the path that we're going. Dad, if you could unmute yourself, how much have you helped me with this?
0.
Is that why did I do that on purpose?
Yes.
Did we have a conversation about me doing that on purpose?
Yes.
We had that conversation, you guys, because I knew if my dad was involved in this process, that then you guys would go to him and go, hey, how Robert's getting people this way or that way. The reason this is all separate is because it goes to a separate place that does separate results. So then you can see whether or not it actually works. I could tell you guys right now that the shit that my dad's taught you guys only makes him millions of dollars. We already know it works. And he's been consistently doing it. This is not going to allow you to skip that process. This is just going to allow you to skip the messaging process, right?
Yeah, the only phrase that I keep telling people over and over and over again is people don't care what you know unless they know that you care. I know that Matt really has an advantage, and I'm patting myself on the back here because, like I told you guys, I am the lead role and the star in my movie. I know that. I believe that. And so that brings me a sense of confidence. And so, when people watch my videos, they go, this guy's, depending on the person, right? Depending on the person. But most people watch my videos and go, this seems to be a down-to-earth guy. Seems like he knows what the hell he's talking about. It sounds like he actually gives a shit. You know what I mean? And that is huge when you're trying to connect with people to get them to trust you enough to help them dream and imagine a better future so they feel confident enough to put people in front of you.
Yeah, right? It's like absolutely. And it's like the basketball thing, right? Like if you're looking at these aspects of what my dad does and you're looking at aspects of what I just showed you that I'm doing, even though I'm showing you how much easier the process is now, right? You can look at all of that stuff, but realize we've been dribbling the ball and shooting the ball for a long time. And our goal is to go, no, you're dribbling the ball the wrong way. You could dribble it right this way. But you also have to like really want to play basketball, right? And like our goal in Imaginators is to help you in the direction that you want to be going in. If that's growing and being a super affiliate in My Daily Choice, I don't think we have a better person here to teach you how to do that, right? People, my mom and my dad, right? Because they are. And then if you wanted to do ad campaigns or you wanted to do things like that, we got people like me and Coach Bob and a bunch of other people that have been doing this stuff for a really long time. And then Craig has done so much on stage and has done so much with building himself and building his personality and his style and everything. That honestly, we get on here and everybody, when Craig's not on, it's like a different call because we're missing that mixture that Craig brings, you know what I mean, to every single one of those meetings.
I
And
totally
that's a
agree,
refined
Matt.
art.
I don't know of anybody on this planet that has re-listened to pour more of my stuff than Craig.
Craig and Melody probably got us all beat.
Yeah, Melody, I would say definitely too.
Right.
Thanks for bringing Melody up. Yeah. Okay. So,
but yeah, that's basically
Craig,
all I have
it's okay.
to share.
It's okay for Craig to be number 2.
Yeah,
following in great footsteps, gentlemen. Following in great footsteps.
Me too. Hey, I mean, I was into this shit, you guys, before I ever started doing anything with my dad. I built websites. I did all this stuff. I did graphic design. It was something that I was interested in before I started doing this. So it just so happened to be that way. And now I'm like trying to figure out some of my other skills, right, to develop on YouTube and develop content. So, love and appreciate you guys. That's basically all I have to share.